Nah.
Okay, bismillah, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This morning, we from the first group will present our research project method in English language teaching. That we use a team talk write method, and like I said before, we are from class A, the first group, for this course of English for educators.
Next.
Okay. Our group member, there are 7 group members. Our group. The first is Medina, Callista, Andria. The second is Aliya Nurkholipah. The third is Reksa, Aditya. Fourth is Kenzhi, the band. Fifth is Salsabilla, Noviane. Sixth is Neng, Lusy. And the last is myself, Ragil, Akbar. Alright, so let's start our first presentation. The first, can you please do the next slide? Alright, our table of contents. The first is description, second the use of method, the principle of the method, the procedure of the method, the advantages of the method, the disadvantages of the method, 7%, warming up activity or activity, and of course warming down activity. Let's start our presentation. This description that will present by Salsabilla. Salsabilla, please.
Okay, thank you, Ragil. So, the first one is description. One is think, talk, and write. So, think, talk, and write, or TWW strategy, is one strategy in teaching learning process. Think, talk, and write is a strategy introduced by Tinker and Laughlin in 2003. This strategy basically built through thinking, speaking, and writing. Think, talk, write focus on how students think clearly about a topic, and by thinking, students can learn to find so many ideas and information and related to the topic. All of the information individually then will be discussed in a discussion of a group. By talking, each student in a group will learn how to share their idea and information and compile it in a written form by writing skills. Next part, please. And who can use this method? It is suitable for all students at all levels of proficiency, especially in language learning environments. It is beneficial for students who are mastering the art of composing essays, reports, or other organized texts in English. The next part.
Okay, thank you, Salsabilla, Noviane, to present our description of this material, and please to everyone in this class to pay attention to our material, because this material is quite important to our course, right? So the second presentation will be delivered by Kenzhi, Naraya, Rabbani. So Kenzhi, please.
Okay, so here I'm going to deliver about the principle of the method. Here, the first one is encouraging independent thinking. In the think stage, students take time to reflect on the topic and write down their initial thought. This principle helps them develop their own understanding and take ownership of their ideas before discussing them with others. And second one is promoting collaborative learning. During the talk stage, students share their thoughts with their classmates. This principle helps them see different perspectives and enhance their understanding through discussion. It also gives them a chance to practice speaking skills too. And then there is the third one, supporting idea development and organization. Talking about their ideas helps students clarify their thoughts and organize them better. This principle makes it easier for them to work later, as they have already structured the idea through conversation. And the fourth one is enhancing writing through free writing engagement. After thinking and talking about the topic, students feel more prepared for the writing stage. This principle reduces the stress of coming up with the ideas on the spot and leads to clearer and more coherent writing. And the last one is utilizing multiple learning modes, where the WTW technique involves different types of activities: thinking, talking, and writing. This principle approach support various learning styles and make the learning experience more engaging and effective. And
So the next part will be delivered by Aliya Nurkholipah.
The procedures of the method. The first one is think. Thinking activities can be seen from the process of reading text, measuring what the ideas is going to be designed in, ideas and then taking. Second one is talk. Communicating with his teammates about the problems encountered with will later be outlined in the form of paragraph writing skills. And the third is writing. The writing stage is writing down the result of the discussion or on the provided student's worksheet. This writing activity constructs writing ideas through a series of learning to think and discuss with a group of friends.
Okay, next slide is the advantage and backyard that will be delivered by Medina. Reksa, please.
Okay, here I go. So here, there are 5 advantages that we found in journal. So the first one is this model centered on students. For example, to provide an opportunity to teacher and students serve as mediators of the learning environment. The teacher becomes the participation, rate monitoring, especially in the discussion. It means that the strategy of TTV or think, talk, write, it can give advantages for students to create good socialization in each other in practice. And the second one is allow students to interact and collaborate to talk about the research or their real notes with other members. From here, students can understand the material better and improve their skill in writing. And the third is help students to construct their own knowledge so that they become better constructors. When students construct their own knowledge, they actively engage in the learning process, making connections between new information and what they already know. This process allows them to develop more thorough and lasting understanding of concepts as opposed to passively memorizing facts. And fourth is by working through ideas verbally before writing. Students often produce more structured and coherent texts. Having students work through ideas verbally before they begin writing can greatly improve the quality and coherence of their written work. And last, the students engage directly in learning, so motivate to learn. When students engage directly in the learning process, they experience a range of benefits that can significantly enhance their motivation and commitment to their studies. Next. So there are 3 disadvantages of using TTV method in learning writing. The first one is students with lower writing skills may rely heavily on the teacher's initial questions during the think phase, resulting in limited narrowly focused writing. So why? It can be because students who struggle with writing may lack confidence in generating ideas independently. As a result, they rely on the teacher's initial questions as a guide. While these questions can be helpful, over-reliance on them can restrict students' ability to explore topics freely, as they may feel bound to only address what the teacher has directly difficulties and stronger personalities might dominate discussions affecting the quality of individual contribution. And the last, not least, is it is difficult for teachers to control time for discussion. So here are these advantages and disadvantages. So let's move on to the next part.
Okay guys, after you know about advantages and disadvantages of our method, let's continue to our next slide, that is preparation, that will delivered by Lusy. Lusy, please, the stage is yours.
Okay, so the next is preparation. When teaching writing, preparation is key. It starts with setting clear goals for the lesson. Teachers should think about why they want students to achieve, like practicing descriptive language or organizing ideas together. And then move to the next preparation is find things like posters, prompts, or PowerPoint site to help students start thinking and feel more engaged with the topic. And the next, teachers can make plan how students will work together by arranging sitting or forming pairs and groups. And the next is, teachers might also prepare sentences or examples that give students a reference point. This way, students aren't starting from scratch and they have something to guide them. And the next is clear instructions. Are also important for each part or the lesson. Teachers need to explain what students should do, set a time limit, and use signals to help them move from one task to the next part. And for instance, letting students know they have 5 minutes to brainstorm, 10 minutes to afford song or discussion, and 20 minutes to write. By preparing in this way, teachers create a structured and supportive environment so when students have the right materials and evidence, they will focus better on developing their writing skills.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about warming up in this method. Warming up in this method is how students learn to come up with the ideas for the writing topic by holding a brainstorming session. Here the teacher can use prompts or visual aids to attract students' attention and tell them about what are they going to learn and write. For example, assist students in organizing their strategies and innovative point of argument by using a mind map from the poster given by the teacher and asking them to skim it. So in this activity, we as a teacher will help our students to warming up their brain to make a map, in their own mind, so they can prepare what is the stage or what is the option to discuss and to help them to make a writing process. Alright, that is in the warming up. So the next is core activity that will explain by Reksa. Please, Reksa, the stage and the material is yours.
Okay, so the next is core activity. This method has 3 main core activity. The first one is theme session. The student will analyze the brainstorming or the prompt given by the teacher, whether it's from the poster or from the quotes or for anything. And then the student will analyze the main ideas or their opinion about the prompts or about the brainstorming given by the teacher. The next is talk session. The teacher will form a small groups or even a pairs to let the students discuss about their opinion about the prompts and or the brainstorming given by the teachers. After that, they will discuss whether it's true, whether it's not, who is the right one, who is the wrong one. And the last is write session, where individually students will synthesize their ideas and discussions to create a written form. After the discussion, they will synthesize all of the discussion and given from the talk session and then write their opinion. And then finally, it will create a new text. I think that's it for the activity.
Alright, thank you. Thank you very much, Reksa, to explain about our code activity in this method. And lastly, after I bring up about warming up activity, the last is warming up activity encourage students to think about their writing journey by talking about the difficulties they face and the lesson they gain. They can highlight one enhancement they implement during the revision phase or swap a final draft with classmates to recognize each other's advancement. So in this activity, we as a teacher will help students to reviewing what has they done in this writing session, in their writing session. So we as a teacher will make them to understand first and to look out to back what has they done as a student that they can make a writing that they can make a writing form. So I think that's it from our method is WW. Maybe that's it that we can share to all of you in this method. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any question, oh yeah, I'm sorry. This is some our references. You can also open up if you want or if you're curious with our method. But if you have any question, you can asking to us in this Q&A session. There will be a discussion for that question. Thank you very much. I will ask it to you guys. Is there a question? Okay. Some people who really didn't. Okay, thank you. Ramadan first, maybe.
Okay, thank you, Ragil. To ask you, how do you conclude and reach an agreement that your group think is better to do this method as your research? And do you think that this method can effectively adapted in online learning environment?
Maybe I was too fast and too complicated in the vocabulary, but if you can simplify to all of us, it will be great.
Okay. So, how do you reach an agreement that this method is better for your skill learning? And do you think that this method can effectively adapted in online learning environment?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question first. Maybe my group will be discussed about it, but I will try to answer first. How about reach
an agreement.
Reach agreement. Reach agreement because we as a teacher will make an open discussion. So there is yes, and there is no right. There isn't right or wrong about their opinion. So they can conclude at the end of the discussion to how their writing process.
No, I mean the method you pick in the group. Gimana kamu bisa kayak itu paling bagus gitu untuk di research.
Oh, the research. Okay. Maybe I will try answer first because there is a lot of complication and there is a lot of confusion before you hit the writing process. So if you use our method, not our method, but the method that we find, maybe sedikitnya you will have a lot of mindset or a lot of perspective from the discussion. But maybe a lot of my friends can add some answer or opinion, please. Yeah, why we choose this method to writing process? Maybe. Yeah, because the discussion it will bring some fresh idea, opinion, and perspective. Maybe that's from my perspective. But
Yeah, so before we search the method, we did some research and we think that it's the best method to say to the people, yeah, to present this. And that's it. Maybe for
and the online.
Sorry.
Yeah, but we add some Q&A session in this session, so maybe it will more than 20 minutes. 20 minutes is for presentation. It's okay.
I want to answer the second question. Is it effective?
For online.
For online? I think it's yes.
Quite effective,
As long as the teacher gives some instruction to
Clear.
do in Zoom or via Google Meet, and it can be do in the breakout rooms, and mereka bisa discuss in the small groups in breakout rooms. I think it can be in online.
If you maximize your item or your your item in technology to make a small group, and you maximize the method to your online learning, I think it's quite useful because it didn't really need a real space. It didn't really need a real space to make this method use and this method work. So I think in online learning it can be also useful. Just sorry.
Can I ask a question again?
Of course.
You before mentioned that it has the breakout room, which is it is only student that has the
inside of the breakout room.
And how you or the teacher manage that the students is discussing something rather than like maybe talking about something else, because karena kan nggak ada gurunya, jadi gimana kamu bisa tahu kalau mereka tuh discuss something?
Okay, so even though there is no teachers there, the teachers still go from room to room to check on their students. And the teacher can also make more strict rulings for the students to keep their discussion ongoing like that. So it's not a problem when there is no teacher, because when there's no teacher, students tend to be more creative, be more active like that. Because in here we also say that this method is more student centered. So the teacher is just gonna be on watcher.
Just monitoring the students' activity.
Like that.
How about it, Ramadan? Did you satisfied enough with our answer?
I just want again one.
Okay.
And how you conclude that the student is bagus gitu writingnya?
Okay. How about we can conclude that our student is succeed, right? About this method. Guys, any answer? Any idea?
As long as the text or the written statement made is masuk
Related.
it's related to the topic of the brainstorming or the forms given by the teachers. Simple as that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ramadan, thank you very much for the question. But if you don't really need enough with the answer, you can discuss with us in the back of this classroom. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, unfortunately, because our time is up, maybe for this time we just can answer and discuss one question only. But if you guys have any last question, maybe we will discuss it after this class session is ended. Thank you very much. That's all from us. first group about W2W method in writing. Thank you very much. We pamit dulu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.